Do you think that we are weak without you, Paul? Do you think anybody could be offended by what you just said? Oh yeah. Some of us are easily offended. Some of us are very good at offending other people, like I am. Look what he says next. That is, that you and I may be mutually encouraged by each other's faith. Now, Paul is dictating this letter. We know the guy that's writing it down. And he just said something. He said, let me back up a little minute. Let me just back up a little bit. I just want you to know that I want to be mutually encouraged by you. Not that you need me, not that you're not strong without me, not that you're lacking anything. I want to be encouraged by you. I want to encourage you. Do you see how he just went out of his way not to offend somebody? Is there something we can learn there? Yeah. This is a very important lesson for me. Because sometimes I engage my mouth and it just goes on. And I try to get from point A to point B without thinking about how that's going to sound to somebody else. Without taking into account their feelings, their trials, their background. And I offend them. And I'm really good at it. I just have a gift. I have to stop and think. What I just said, was that offensive? Have I offended? Wait, that's not, I didn't mean to offend you. That's not what I meant. But if you look at the kernel of what he's saying, I want to give you courage. What I need from you, what I would love to gather from you, what I would love to have from being with you, courage. I would like for you to encourage me. I want to encourage you. Guess what this whole book is going to be about? Gaining courage. Gaining courage through understanding. He wants to explain some things to them that maybe they don't understand. Why does he want to explain it to them? So they can be encouraged. What does he want to get from them? Encouragement. What do you want to get when you come on Sunday mornings? Encouragement. You are going to live a life that's a worship this week. You know what you need to do that? Courage. You know what we want to give you when you come here? Courage. Yeah, you know what the music program's about? Why do people practice and come up here and sing for us? You know what they want to give you? Courage. We want to give it to them. They want to give it to us. We want to look at each other and say, man, this week, I want you to be bold in your life of a sacrifice. Living a life that's worship. I want you to have all the courage you could possibly have. I don't want anybody to frighten you. I don't want anybody to accuse you of not being worthy of living a life that's a worship. Because you are worthy because of Jesus. You are worthy because you have the forgiveness that we celebrate. You have the blood of Christ. You have the sacrifice. You have all you need in Jesus. Don't lose courage. Don't let anybody take that away from you. But Paul could have stopped there, right? He could have just said, hey, I want you to be encouraged. But we have 16 more chapters. Because it's possible. Maybe it's a remote possibility in your life, but it's possible that maybe you have some misconceptions. Maybe you have some misunderstandings. Maybe you are bringing something from your background and you are superimposing your world view over what you read in the Bible and what you think of the ministry of Jesus is about. Maybe there's something. Just consider it as a possibility for a minute. Just say, is it possible that I misunderstood something? Is it entirely possible at all that I might have some misconstrued ideas? Could it, is there a slightly remote that I might be bringing my worldview and superimposing it on Jesus and His ministry? Is there any chance that I might be telling Jesus how to be God? Yeah, there is. If you're not open to that, why are you even here? Why are you even studying? Why do you even read the Bible? Why are you even bothering to listen to me? Or listening to your Sunday school teacher? Or listening to preachers on television? Why do you even bother unless it's possible that you might want to learn something? And it may be a new idea to you, or it may mean that you've got to let go of another idea. 16 more chapters. As we approach them, we need to ask ourselves, is it possible I've misunderstood this? I want you to have the courage to be able to do that. I want to encourage you to do that. Because it takes a lot of guts to say, you know what? I'm willing to give up a way I've looked at something and look at it differently now. It takes a lot of guts to do that. It takes courage, and I want you to have that courage. So this series in Romans might mean something to you and to me. He says, I do not want you to be unaware, brothers, that I planned many times to come to you, but have been prevented from doing so until now, in order that I might have a harvest among you, just as I have had among the other Gentiles. I am obligated to both Greeks and non-Greeks, both to the wise and the foolish. That is why I am so eager to preach the gospel also to you who are at Rome. And that could sound very offensive if you think about it. I need to preach to you wise people and you foolish people, and that's why I want to come talk to you. Which category do you fit in? Paul is using these extremes. The wise, the foolish, Greek, non-Greek. I want the message to go out so that there might be a harvest. Does that mean the church at Rome isn't doing anything? No, that's not what it means at all. We don't know how many people there are that are believers in Rome. All we know is that Paul wants to go there, and he thinks he can help them, and he wants to be helped by them. But before he does that, he wants to lay out what his good news is. Here's the gospel as I understand it. All right, we're about to get there. I am not ashamed of the gospel, the good news, because it is the power of God for the salvation of everyone who believes. First for the Jew, then for the Gentile. For in the gospel a righteousness from God is revealed, a righteousness that is by faith from first to last, just as is written, the righteous will live by faith. That is Paul's introduction. You can expect to hear some things about faith. Right? From first to last. You can expect to hear things about righteousness. You can expect to hear some things about this Jewish Gentile thing, because he's covered all of it. You can expect to learn something. And I want you to have the courage to do that. We are a group of learners. We are a group of seekers. We are a group of people who are hungering and thirsting. We are a group of people who don't say, we've arrived and you can come in here and be like us, because we all want the heart of children that says, we want to learn. We want God to continually be at work in our life. We know it's going to be some changes. The way we think, the way we treat each other, whether we get what we want or not. It's going to be changing in all kinds of ways. We want to have the courage to face those changes.